You were talking to Iain Dale back at the time of the European elections in May of last year, when you confessed that you'd not voted for the party that you've supported for, I think, the whole of your adult life. You'd voted Liberal Democrat in those elections, and you got booted out of the Labour Party. How did you vote in the general election a few weeks ago?
I voted Labour.
You voted Labour?
I spent the campaign, as you know, going around the place urging people to vote tactically.
Yep.
Lib Dem where they could win, Labour where they could win. Didn't work. Johnson got his majority, but I voted Labour. Keir Starmer's my MP. But it's a very, very strange race. It's interesting, though, when you were reading out your introduction and you said, is there any way that can save Labour? I tell you what popped into my mind, excuse me, was 1992, when John Major beat Neil Kinnock, and quite a surprise for a lot of people. And I can remember standing on College Green with Peter Jenkins, independent commentator, and he said, if Labour can't win in these circumstances, we have to face the possibility they might never win again. I'll never forget that.
And then 5 years later,
landslide.
Yeah.
Now, do I see the possibility of that out there at the moment? I think it's quite hard to see. But I tell you what I've sort of picked up going around the place since the election. I don't feel there's much love for Boris Johnson. I think there's a lot of concern about Boris Johnson with quite a big majority. The Labour Party, though, at the moment what we're seeing is a lot of positioning and a lot of analysis. I don't think we're seeing much in the way of the ideas and the policy narrative, because in the end, if this leadership election becomes a conversation with and for the party, and with and for particularly that element of the party that took it so far to the left, then I think there's a real danger. Possibly even a kind of existential danger. If there was an existential danger, if Labour stayed, as you see it, on the hard left, rather than becoming a bit more, say, social democratic, which clearly the Blair project was, I mean, is there a possibility here that if Labour cannot get their act together, that we do see another rebirth of a social democratic movement in this country? Well, I don't know, but all I'd say is that, I mean, I want the Labour Party to be the vehicle that becomes not just a vehicle of protest against an opposition against Johnson. And, you know, let's be honest, for the last few years, Labour didn't really oppose. As you said on Brexit, I think the problem with the Brexit policy on the end, it was, if you like, it was the lack of clarity.
Well, if you can't explain a policy in a sentence, you've got no chance.
I think people can take complicated positions, but you have to be able to explain them, and you have to be able to explain them with a sense of conviction. So I think on Brexit, the damage to Corbyn was the fact that he appeared pretty disinterested, frankly, and secondly, that he was trying to face both ways, and you can't do that.